have the pleasure of being with Raiz. She's from Chile. We are still hanging out here at Zipolite, and she's a Tantra massage specialist, which, as you know, it is exactly what we're looking and seeking for you to get information in. How are you, love?
I'm excited. I feel my heart is like, ooh, it's gonna be juicy.
Is this the first time publicly speaking about this?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So you've done it before, easy breezy.
I've done it before, and I love to do it.
Amazing.
We need more of speaking about this.
I think so. It's
Yes.
such taboo.
Yes.
How do you think society is reacting towards all this?
Whew. That's deep. That's deep. I feel like where there is a taboo, there is fear, right? So that is like something that it feels like contracting in your body. And where is that? Like in the other part is growth, of course, and like expansion. But that first phase that you touch is like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the people like normally avoid and want to go to the comfort zone and like be more in the surface than going deep. And sexuality is deep.
Yes.
So you might touch deeper levels of yourself and with others.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. So how did you get into the Tantra world to begin with? Because you look fairly young.
Yes, I am.
So how many years have you been doing this? When was it like that opening of wow, this is another world?
5 years ago, I feel I commit to my inner journey.
Okay.
And that like just start to open different possibilities for me and like to train myself into something that I feel called for my whole life. I remember myself as a child and I always have these curiosities around nudity and like taking pictures of me naked. And it always was like, no, that's wrong. Like you need to hide that. So it's like taboos.
Yeah.
And then, my inner journey process of healing.
Yeah.
Like it was a moment in my life that I touched like the darkest part, trauma experiences. And then from there, it was like, wow, like I need to help myself. I need to support myself into do it. I cannot do it alone. I need to seek for help. I need to find someone that can guide me into this. So I need a mentor. It's also interesting because like growing up, I didn't have like kind of role models like as parents. So it was like, wow, this first time that I'm looking for someone who I can learn with. Right?
And did you find that person?
Yeah, absolutely. There's more than one.
Okay.
And it started within, first of all. It was like, wow, like I find something inside of me and then there is a mirror outside that is like, wow, I want to learn what this person is practicing.
Yeah.
So then I arrived to Mazunte. I decided to embark myself into a journey of self-exploration, traveling around Latin America by myself.
I love it. That's what I'm doing. I'm not by myself, but that's kind of what I'm doing. So you beat me to it. How'd it go? Amazing, obviously.
Amazing. I'm more than I can ever imagine. So if you want to do that, do it. Please.
Do it.
It's the best decision in your life, and it's going to change your life if you permit and like if you're open to it.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like a seeking of like I want to transform my life. Like from that dark moment in my life, it was like I need help, and I want to transform my life. Like this is not who I am, and I'm confused. I'm lost. So how I just explore what is true for me.
Right.
So in that journey, like I started to
courage.
travel, a lot of courage, and I feel like that is the language of the heart. And I work a lot with Wild Heart, like that's my community.
You're a warrior inside.
Yeah, like in the curiosity is the guy, right? So, yeah.
And you ended up in Mazunte.
I ended up here in Mazunte, well, the town next to Zipolite, and
which is a lot smaller, by the way, in case you haven't been here. But it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Very mystical.
It's just a town. It's a community, and I start to feel like, wow, this is like everything that I dream about my life. So it was like I landed here, and it was like, I don't want to travel anymore. You know, it was like a different taste.
Energy.
And it was calling me. I believe in this, that what is calling you, you're calling also. So it's like, so I felt that. And I landed
your
here.
gut.
I trust
your
my
intuition.
gut. Absolutely. It was everything about it and leave everything behind and just like empty myself and make a space for a change and for that transformation.
Amazing.
And then I started to meet people here because it's like a lot. I mean, you are doing this for that reason, but there's a lot
I didn't know there's so much
really?
of this here. Yeah, it was. Well, you know, like you just said, you kind of just fall into the right place, and all of a sudden it's
Exactly.
like, oh my God, like Tantra is like a thing here. I'm like,
Absolutely.
amazing.
And it's beautiful people doing their work, their service, showing the truth. And I find my mentor, and I jumped into the unknown. I didn't know what was going to happen, but in that training, that it was called Yoni Temple, I just started to feel myself like this is who I am truly. Like I start to have this sense of like, wow, I'm remembering and I'm learning something new. I'm like, remember, like it's within me. I already know how to. And I started before with energetics, so I started as a crystal cosmic therapy with oracles and like all this magical world. So then everything came into the body work and just mixed together, and it became something powerful. That is today my Yoni and Ligna massage ceremonies.
Did it bring you back to your youth, to your, yeah?
Absolutely. When I was like exploring my sexuality and like touching myself and exploring inside of my yoni and like looking for some points, it was like, wow, now I can do this, but for heal. Like in order to heal, for healing, to amplify my energy and to use my sexual energy to something else, like pleasure and more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Creative energy, guys. It's all about, yeah, this is your power.
Yeah.
So how do people react to this when you talk to them about it?
First of all, a lot of resistance.
Yeah. It's like if they don't feel, it's hard to talk about it, you know, because
Absolutely.
until you feel it, you don't understand.
Exactly.
You have to break the barrier of like, okay, I'm willing to experience it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's why I have like a whole protocol to meet clients. And I start to record promo videos for this work also so that people can see what it's about.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like misunderstanding also. Like they think that they're gonna receive a hand job or something like that. And it's so deep and it's so profound. So I'm like in this process of like putting out more of what it is, and yeah.
And that's because you're sure of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't think you could ever talk about this unless you really are 100% sure in the path that you've taken. Because, like you just said, one thing would be a hand job, another thing would be an actual therapy. And we were speaking to someone the other day, and he was a doctor in one of our seminars, and he said, I mean, I was taught all of the body. So for me, an elbow is the same as if someone was touching, you know, your genitals. Like, why have we separated them so much? And I think people that are coming specifically from the cities, you know, here in small towns, when you have like-minded human beings, it's so free to be able to talk about it and be understood. You know, it's like we're speaking the same language. But I love that you've taken that step forward and even going publicly with it and doing videos and information about it, because I think the more that this happens, the better it is for people to understand that there is something more here. And it's one thing would be just the physical, and the other one is the energetical, right? Which of course has to do with your physical. What can you tell me about the Yoni massage? Let's talk about the female body.
Wow. It is a portal.
Absolutely.
It is a portal to yourself and to the divine. For me, it's really important to understand that our womb, our yoni, it's a temple where the life creates. So like we can bring life, we can hold life there. So it's so sacred. I have goosebumps.
I love the way that she said that. That was so beautiful.
But it's true, like we bring life into our wombs, like from our ancestries. So that sacredness it's being caught at some point, right? Until now. Like we're remembering to honor that temple in the way that needs to be honored.
Right.
But we forgot about that. So there's a lot of like numbness.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of numbness, a lot of disconnection, sometimes like when a client came and we just like do a ritual at the beginning and she connects with her yoni, just putting her hand into the yoni and start to communicate with her like the tears start to came out because it's like, wow, it's so long time that I didn't even be present here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so disconnected. Like, I'm not here. I'm not hearing you.
It was like a thing they just used.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was like another part of your body. And of course, all the body is sacred, right? But this spatial place is like a portal to connect with the divine, to connect with your energetic way and gateway to another dimensions also.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like when you're in a trance, like when the women give birth, they are in a trance. Mm-hmm. When you are in an orgasm,
it's in a trance.
You are in a trance.
Yeah.
You are connecting with some subtle spaces of yourself, mm-hmm. of your consciousness. So remembering that and bringing that sacredness into the presence, into the intimacy is so important because amplify your whole life,
yeah.
right? It changed the way that you perceive yourself and others.
Absolutely.
And I feel like for men and for women, it's important to do this because we all came from a womb. All human beings that we are here came from a womb. So it's so important to honor this as a lover, as a partner, as a yourself. Mm-hmm. It's so important to honor this sacredness. Yeah,
I love it. I love the way that you're explaining it. It's so subtle. It's so true. Mm-hmm. Emotions, women with emotions, and oof. What about Yoni knots? This is where it all happens, you know. And I feel like women do hold on to more than men do. You know, men are easier sometimes to get rid of these emotions. But what is your experience with women?
I can say actually with men, they also hold a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but talking
less
about
emotional.
Women, yeah. Yeah, I mean like, but because of a disconnection with their hearts.
Yeah, could be.
Only because of that. Like, because as women, we kind of connect with our
feelings.
Hearts, with the change, with the cycle. Mm-hmm. Like, we have a different sense of being alive than men. But I feel that there is some resistance in both. Like, I can see that in my space.
Yeah.
But talking about women, whew, when I entered into a Yoni temple that it has so much charge of emotion, it is really powerful, alchemized experience. And just like be there doing these pressure points in the pelvic bone, especially in the pelvic bone is when all the charge, like the emotional charge, it's, and we start to touch and to feel. Sometimes can be like a scream like from your ancestors so deep and you just want like to, like you're dying, you know? It's like, oh, and you, finally you give the permission to take it out of your body, to express it. And this sometimes feels like your grandmothers are screaming too, your grandmothers are screaming too. And there is like some blockages in the throat that are connected to our Yoni as well. Yeah. So when you unlock your Yoni and start to get wet again, then also you lubricate your own expression. You open your throat and you give yourself the permission to express more authentically in the world as well. So of course this is a lot of process. Another thing that happens is like anger. So you start to change the body and like allowing yourself to move that charge out of your body. Other thing, sadness, which is like another layer of anger, right? When you are at the end, like when you're releasing the anger, then it's like the heart just want to cry and just want to like be water and like soften. And in that moment when the body softens is also when the magic happens. Absolutely. Like I can see that shift.
The channel opens.
In my clients when they finally surrender. I feel this is super important in sexuality. Like if you are connected and attuned to your body and you allow yourself to surrender, then you start to touch on other parts of yourself. That is not just this physical reality. So yeah, also just for like closing this cycle inside of the Yoni, what can appear, also sometimes there is trauma. And where there's trauma, it's really vulnerable. And I can see how the body starts to express. So I invite the woman to say in words. And sometimes it's like what she cannot express in the moment of trauma. she's expressing into the ceremony.
Right.
And that is so empowering.
Releasing
Because
negativity.
it's a reclaiming of your voice in a deeper level from your yoni.
You know, you said something about ancestors that made me think. Imagine you obviously know this, but imagine the generations before of our grandmothers and great grandmothers and the use of women back in the day. Like, we have all this that needs to also be liberated because it's a line of connection. So, yeah, she touched something really deep there, which I think people aren't really aware of. You know, that you have repressions in your mind and your body due to past generations. I mean, how many of our ancestors were probably raped? You know, women, like, this is a new era, I think, for women, empowering and releasing, really, and just talking about this, it's a huge step, you know, and being public about it and being like, guys, there's nothing to fear. This is your body, this is your soul, this is energy, this is a gift. Really, that's what it is. I think what you're doing is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You told me that you were doing also other kind of therapies.
Yes, so for me, and the way that I touch sexuality, it's really like a bigger perspective than just like an intimate encounter, right? I amplify that energy into tantric massage, that you connect with the touch. That it was one of the first medicine that we learned when we came here, and we'd start to explore the world. It's a way to communicate. So massage is also a remembrance of that. And then
light sensations.
Exactly. Sensuality. When we are kids, like we have this alive in our bodies, like we are just looking for explore the world and like feel something, right? And at
the
some point and at some point we disconnect and we forgot about it and we stop practicing. And what I
think it's suppressed on purpose, right? Society makes us ashamed of all those things.
And also there is a lot of trauma. So like our parents didn't learn how to regulate themselves, and then we imprint, like it was an impression in our generation, I feel. And now like we have the sovereignty and empowerment to say, hey, something is going on here, right? I want to see what is in here. I want to see what is like the deeper layer of this disconnection. So I work with tantric massage. I give workshop for couples. It's really beautiful. Like the setup for couples is just like a deeper connection between souls that love each other so much and want to like really explore the universe between that connection. So I'm like really honored for the couples that trust me in that work. So in tantric massage, I give lingam and yoni massage, and also tantric massage, connecting with the heart with cacao. So we work with cacao rituals in a way to open the heart, because some people, they are not
they don't loosen up as fast. They need something else too.
They need something to soften before to go into the genitals.
Absolutely.
So this is a space where you can like feel your body and feel the magic and feel your heart, which is like also the energy that we want to cultivate through the tantric massage. Is like you want to sublimate your energy, your sexual energy into your heart in order to open and to express from authenticity. So that is the work there. And then I do work with ancestors also. I'm an ancestor seer, so I give rituals to connect with your ancestors that pass away, and they have some messages for you, also family constellation.
Do you remember after you give the messages? I don't remember. For me, it just kind of happens, and then they're like, "What did Can you repeat?" And I'm like, "No." Like, sorry, it happened.
It's like one time. That's why I like. You can record it if you want, but it's just gonna came one time.
Imagine if we had to remember everything that.
No.
It's a channel. You know, she's at the service of the energy. Basically. So, and when you open yourself and when you give yourself so much, as you do, you're in service. That's really what it is. So the energy is flowing through, and whatever the couple or whatever the person needs is exactly what is going to happen, basically.
Absolutely. Yes. And I feel that's the world. Like for me, this devotional path it is a way to connect with my heart to be in service.
Yeah.
So when I'm in these spaces, I'm connecting with the love, the essence of love within me in order to give that to others in this container. And like, the people sense that, and it's
how
beautiful.
could you give love if you don't have it? You know, you have to first have love to give it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So the whole journey before into commit with this path, it was all, and it's still being all about loving myself and forgiving myself, and remembering that I'm worthy no matter what. Like,
of course,
that is the truth. And because I was so disconnected from this, it was like a whole layer to peel.
like an onion.
Yes.
I've been there too. It's like you kind of have to. I feel like you have to learn. You have to know what it was like before to know the difference of what it's like today. So we all have our healing processes. Raiz, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. It's it's amazing, and I'm so glad I met you. And thank you so much for giving us the time to share your experiences and share this information with everybody, which of course, as you know, is super important.
Yeah, so. Thank you. Thank you for doing this work. Thank you for being a speaker, for amplifying this work that is so needed. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for you as well.
Thank you
so much.
It's time to wake up, guys.
Yes.
All right, see you soon. Mira los ojitos. Respira profundo.